Hi guys, it's Lokanath here. Welcome back. It's a beautiful winter's day in sunny Potchefstroom at the moment. Today we want to talk about the three modes of material nature, which are described in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, by Lord Krishna. And the translation and purport is by Srila Prabhupada in the Bhagavad Gita as it is. So this Bhagavad Gita comes in a line of disciplic succession, unbroken line, coming straight from God, which is very unique and very important, that the scripture comes in an unbroken chain of disciplic succession. So the three modes of material nature, let's read what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. So chapter 14, text 5. Material nature consists of three modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the eternal living entity comes in contact with nature, he becomes conditioned by these modes. So everybody's conditioned in this material world by the three modes of material nature generally. And everybody's conditioned to varying degrees by the different modes. Some are more under the influence of passion, some are of goodness, and some under the influence of ignorance more, in various combinations. Text 6. The mode of goodness, being purer than the others, is illuminating, and it frees one from all sinful reactions. Those situated in that mode become conditioned by sense of happiness and knowledge. So even the mode of goodness is conditioning. It's not a pure state for the soul. The mode of passion, text 7, the mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, and because of this the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive actions. In the mode of passion, one becomes very much attached to the result of one's activities. As we said previously in other videos, that it's important to serve the Lord, and in this way purify one's existence and control one's senses by using the senses in the service of God. And here it's explained that someone in the mode of passion, it's very difficult for them to do that. So this is a little more detailed on what challenges we might experience when we try to serve God in this material world, trying to control our senses and use our facilities for a higher purpose, to purify them through contact with God, as we explained, like chanting the names of God. Then you sure, this throat of mine. So dry here in winter. So one tries to then, let's say for example, chant the names of God, but if one's very much in the mode of passion, one would want to get some a material result from that. So we're talking about chanting the names of God, like just listening to the name of God, connecting with God in that way, associating with Him, becoming purified, one's mind becoming purified, getting used to thinking about Him, and then that way start to serve Him by using one's tongue and ear and so forth to actually chant the name of God, who is non-different from God. So if one is in the mode of passion too much, then one will start thinking, God, He's the supreme owner of everything. He's the most wealthy person. Let me ask Him for something material. So in material life, then one wants to get in passion, one wants to get something material from from even one's spiritual practices. Then now verse 8, the mode of ignorance. Know that the mode of darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entities. The results of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which bind the conditioned soul. Yeah, ignorance is there. It's quite prominent to whatever degree. We don't have full knowledge of things. To that degree, we are in ignorance. For example, we identify ourselves with our body every day. We look in the mirror and we think, yep, that's me. But it's our body. It's not our real selves. We are the driving force inside the body, as we explained in the first video. The soul, karma, and reincarnation. So, ignorance is there. But through association with Krishna, with God, we can become free from ignorance. And we can become free from all these modes of nature. But in the meantime, we have these conditioned natures, and we have these influencing factors in our lives. Sometimes we are under the control, literally, of the mode of passion. Sometimes in the mode of ignorance, and at all times, to varying degrees, to some degree or the other, we're under the control of these modes. And sometimes under the mode of goodness, then we start feeling happy, and sort of satisfied in some way. It's kind of like a symptom of the mode of goodness. So obviously, the mode of goodness is conducive for spiritual practices. For example, the day is divided into these three modes as well. In the morning time, before sun rises till an hour after the sun has risen, it's the mode of goodness. If you get up at that time and start doing spiritual practices, it'll be very conducive. It'll be easier to control the mind and focus. Mode of passion in the middle of the day, then it's action stations. Get active, get busy with something, then you get a lot of desires and anxiety and sort of like this mental disturbances there. It's not a very peaceful time. Then, mode of ignorance, end of the day, sleeping. So there's ignorance. So we're under the control of these modes, and it's very interesting to become aware of that and to try to work towards the mode of goodness more, and in that way benefit ourselves in spiritual practices. So subscribe to the channel, get some more info on these sort of topics. Like it, give me your comments below. Let me know what you think. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. Ciao.